The year is 1917. For hundreds of years, the Romanov family ruled Russia. Their power seemed really strong, but World War I changed everything. Russia lost many soldiers and lots of land. People were hungry. They were tired of fighting. They were angry at the Tsar. In February 1917, a revolution started. Tsar Nicholas II, the last Tsar, had to give up his power. A new government called the Provisional Government took over, but Russia was still fighting in the war. The problems didn't go away. The Provisional Government had a hard time staying in charge. The Bolsheviks, a radical socialist group led by Vladimir Lenin, saw a chance to take control. They promised peace, land, and food. In October 1917, they took power in a second revolution. The Russian Empire was gone. The Bolsheviks, now calling themselves the Communists, wanted to make a new kind of society. They wanted to get rid of private property and make a society where everyone was equal. But not everyone liked their ideas. A terrible civil war started. On one side was the Red Army, the Bolsheviks' army. They were led by Leon Trotsky, a very smart military leader. The Red Army wanted to destroy anyone who disagreed with communist rule. On the other side was the White Army. This was a group of different groups who didn't like the Bolsheviks. They included people who wanted the Tsar back, people who wanted democracy, and socialists who didn't like how the Bolsheviks did things. There were other groups fighting too, like the Green Armies. These were groups of farmers who just wanted to protect their land and their way of life. The Russian Civil War was a complicated and very violent war. The Russian Civil War was fought across a huge area, from the very cold lands of Siberia to the grassy plains of Ukraine. One important event was the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk in 1918. Lenin, really wanting to get Russia out of World War I, signed a peace treaty with Germany. Russia lost a lot of land. Many people didn't like the treaty, but it let the Bolsheviks focus on the Civil War. They fought very effectively and harshly. They started war communism, a tough system of controlling the economy. They took food from farmers to feed the cities and the army. The White Army, which wasn't well organized and didn't have good leaders, struggled to fight back. They attacked a few times, but each time they were pushed back. By 1920, things had changed in favor of the Reds. Other countries, like the Allied powers, got involved, hoping to defeat the Bolsheviks, but this only made the Bolsheviks more determined. By 1922, the Russian Civil War was over. The Bolsheviks had won. They defeated their enemies and created the Soviet Union, a huge communist country. But winning came at a terrible price. Millions of Russians died in the fighting or from hunger and sickness afterward. The economy was destroyed. The country was very tired. The Bolsheviks, led by Lenin, now had the very difficult job of rebuilding. The Russian Civil War was a very important event in the 1900s. It led to the Soviet Union, a powerful country that would change history for many years. It also left behind a lot of violence and harsh treatment that would continue to affect Russia long after the fighting stopped.